CNC group break, 23039. We have the 5-box break of 2324, Upper Deck Series 1. We have an outburst base for Florida of Kreider, XP for Ottawa of Brady Tkachuk, and a portrait for Vancouver of Pettersson. A Dazzlers pink for Tampa of Kucherov, canvas of Brian Rust for Pittsburgh, and a Young Guns for Minnesota of Liam Ogren. Young Guns renewed for the Washington Capitals of Alex Ovechkin, Graham Clark Young Guns for New Jersey, and a City Satellites for Dallas of J-Rob. Breaking news for Colorado of McKinnon, Gaming Co-op of Pasternak and Marchand for Boston, and a checkpoint for Washington of Obi. Young Guns renewed for Washington of John Carlson, Young Guns for Carolina of Bradley Nadeau, and an aimbots for Vancouver of Pettersson. Canvas of Andrei Svechnikov for Carolina, breaking news for LA of Kopitar, and a gaming FOB for Nashville of Philip Forsberg. Checkpoint of Arbor Jackeye for Montreal, Young Guns for Philly of Fedotov, and a City Satellites for Arizona of Clayton Keller. Checkpoint Black for the New York Rangers of Braden Schneider, Young Guns of Villalta for Arizona, and an aimbots for Minnesota of Kirill Kaprizov. Dazzlers of Morgan Riley for Toronto, canvas of Devin Levi for Buffalo, and a PvP of Tavares and Stutzel. PvP Speckle of Fantilli and Sider, PvP of Eichel and Zetterland, and a checkpoint for Boston of Charlie McAvoy. Canvas of Malkin for Pittsburgh, Young Guns renewed for Pittsburgh of Marc-Andre Fleury, and a Young Guns for Chicago of Landon Slaggert. Breaking news for Toronto of Bobby McMahon, Co-op of Svechnikov and Aho for Carolina, and a portraits for New Jersey of Jack Hughes. All right, guys, 2 people in on that giveaway. So right now, if you join, you have a 1 in 3 chance to win. Grab your spots in that allure case, folks. You only have until 6:30. We have a Young Guns canvas, black and white for Minnesota of Wallstead, a Young Guns canvas for Winnipeg of Shibrakov, and a Young Guns of Makamadzulin for San Jose. That was an excellent pack. Young Guns renewed for Tampa of Hedman, Logan Stankoven Young Guns for Dallas, and a City Satellites for Edmonton of McDavid. A-lines for the Vegas Golden Knights of Marchessault, Eichel, and Stone, FOV for St. Louis of Tage Thompson, and checkpoint for Washington of Ethan Bear. Outburst for Tampa of Kucherov, PvP of Fantilli Insider, and a portrait of Carter Verhaeghe for Florida. Young Guns renewed for LA of Kopitar, Young Guns for Minnesota of Wallstead, and an aimbots for Toronto of Nylander. Canvas for New Jersey of Luke Hughes, breaking news for Edmonton of McDavid, and a co-op of Kopitar and Byfield for LA. Portrait Speckle for Boston of Swayman, Young Guns for Philly of Fedotov, and a City Satellites for Washington of Ovechkin. Nice. Young Guns of Brennan Othman for the Rangers, aimbots for Colorado of McKinnon, and a Young Guns exclusives, number to 100 of Luca Del Bel Beluz for Columbus. Dazzlers for Florida of Matthew Tkachuk, canvas of Thomas Novak for Nashville, and for Winnipeg, Gabe Vilardi XP. Co-op Speckle of Pettersson and Hughes for Vancouver, XP of Svechnikov for Carolina, and a checkpoint for Tampa of Cernak. Canvas of Evander Kane for Edmonton, Young Guns renewed for Edmonton of Hopkins, and a Young Guns for Ottawa of Ostapchuk. We have a breaking news of Nemec for New Jersey, FOV for Columbus of Marchenko, and a portraits for Toronto of Austin Matthews. Box 3, and if you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, anybody who grabs just one spot in the 23-24 Allure case between now and 6:30 has a chance to win an Allure box. Right now, a 21-22 Allure box, I should clarify. Right now, there is just 2 people in that random. Clear cut for Anaheim of Lucas Dostal, canvas for Seattle of Jared McCann, and a Young Guns for Tampa of Gage Concal. So if you join it right now, you've got a 1 in 3 chance to win. Young Guns Outburst for the Montreal Canadiens of Logan Milo, XP for the Islanders of Dobson, and a Portraits for Montreal of Cole Caulfield. At this point, at least, I should say. Young Guns Renewed for the Pittsburgh Penguins of Sidney Crosby, Young Guns of Colin Graff for San Jose, and an Aimbots for Winnipeg of Kyle Connor. Canvas of J-Rob for Dallas, breaking news for the Islanders of Cal Clutterbuck, and an FOV for Buffalo of Tage Thompson. Portrait Speckle for Ottawa of Stutzel, Young Guns of Del Mastro for Chicago, and a City Satellites for Boston of Pasternak. Breaking news for Vancouver of Thatcher Demko, Young Guns for Vegas of Brendan Brisson, and an Aimbots for LA of Kempe. We do a random at the end. Dazzlers Blue for Montreal of Slavkovsky, canvas for Tampa of Victor Hedman, and a PvP of Byfield and Zegras. PvP Speckle of Byfield and Zegras, PvP of Kadri and Draisaitl, and a checkpoint of Brock Faber. Canvas of Josh Morrissey for Winnipeg, Young Guns Renewed for Ottawa of Mark Stone, and a Young Guns for Minnesota of Nustadinov. Breaking news for Vancouver of Thatcher Demko, co-op for Colorado of McKinnon and McCarr, and a portrait for Philly of Travis Konechny. Young Guns Renewed for Pittsburgh of Whitney, Young Guns for Anaheim of Cutter Gauthier, and a portraits for Dallas of J-Rob. A-lines for the Rangers, we have a gaming co-op of Pedersen and Hughes, and a checkpoint for Pittsburgh of Sidney Crosby. Chicago of Korchinski, XP for New Jersey of Jesper Bratt, and a portraits for Arizona of Clayton Keller. Young Guns Renewed for Boston of Brad Marchand, Young Guns of Lucas Cormier for Vegas, and an Aimbots for Buffalo of Tage Thompson. A canvas for Philly of Tyson Forrester, A-lines for the Ottawa Senators, and an FOV for Detroit of Dylan Larkin. Gaming FOV Blue for Nashville of Forsberg. We have a canvas of Kyrou for St. Louis, and a Young Guns of Gavin Brindley for Columbus. Checkpoint Speckle for the Vegas Golden Knights of McNabb. Zach Dean Young Guns for St. Louis, and a City Satellites for Colorado of McKinnon. Breaking news for Tampa, Victor Hedman, co-op for Montreal of Suzuki and Caulfield, and a Montreal checkpoint of Slavkovsky. Gaming PvP of Draisaitl and Kadri, PvP of McTavish and Keller, and a checkpoint for Boston of Morgan Geeky. Canvas for Washington of Ovechkin, Young Guns Renewed for St. Louis of TJ Oshie, and a Young Guns for Boston of Brazeau. Breaking news for Columbus of Fantilli, co-op of Joel Eriksson-Ek for Minnesota, and a portrait for Pittsburgh of Crosby. We have a Young Guns of Akil Thomas for LA, an Aimbots for Dallas of Jason Robertson, and a Young Guns Renewed Exclusives, number to 100 for Dazzlers for Minnesota, Brock Faber. Canvas of Joel Farabee for the Flyers. A PvP of Marner and Caulfield for Montreal and Toronto, random. A Young Guns renewed for Nashville of Roman Yossi. Young Guns of Frank Nazar for Chicago. And a City Satellites for Minnesota of Kaprizov. Young Guns renewed for the Islanders of Brock Nelson. Young Guns of Maverick Bork for Dallas. And an aimbot for Tampa of Nikita Kucherov. Ow! Oh, that's a good one. Gaming PvP of McKinnon and Larkin. Portraits for Carolina of Sebastian Aho. And a Young Guns outburst for the Montreal Canadiens, Lane Hudson. We are crushing the Montreal rookies today. Caulfield Canvas, Hudson outburst. And A-lines for Washington, an FOV of Kachuk for Calgary, and a checkpoint, of Hepanyemi, or Kotkaniemi for Carolina, and the Kachuk was for Florida. And the hiccups. Black and white canvas of Braden Shen for St. Louis. Young Guns canvas for Carolina of Scott Morrow. And a Young Guns duel of Cutter and Stankoven between Anaheim and Dallas. Canvas for Winnipeg of Kyle Connor. Breaking news for Toronto of Matthew Nyes. Co-op of Ovechkin and Strome for Washington. Portrait Speckle for Winnipeg of Hellebuck. We have a Crotty Young Guns for Arizona. And a City Satellites for the Rangers of Panarin. We have numbered to 250 deluxe base for the Capitals of John Carlson. Young Guns of Dubé also for the Capitals. And an aimbots for Toronto of Matthews. Dazzlers for Chicago, Bedard. Canvas for Vancouver of Quinn Hughes. Gaming XP for Montreal of Caulfield. Young Guns renewed for Toronto of Matt Stajan. Young Guns for Tampa of Crozier. And a Portraits of DeBrincat for Detroit. A gaming co-op of McKinnon and McCarr. Gaming XP for Columbus of Fantilli. Checkpoint of Charlie Coyle for Boston. Canvas of Bobby Brink for Philadelphia. Young Guns renewed for Anaheim of Getzlaff. And a Young Guns of Colin Grass for San Jose. A-lines for Arizona. Gaming FOV of Bedard for Chicago. And a Portraits for the Rangers of Igor Shesterkin. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have to do that quick random. It will be a left-right random and apply to all of the left-rights. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. They will be going to the right side.